Hi guys, welcome to a Schematics team trailer analysis. This time we're taking a look at Bad North, developed by Plausible Concept, published by Raw Fury. I'm joined as always by Adfo and Blind. What's up, guys?
Hello.
Hey, let's take a look at the trailer for Bad North, and we'll be back to you after the jump. Alright, so we're going to take a look at the trailer now at 0.5 speed together, and whenever you guys are ready.
So, right off the bat, this is a roguelike little strategy game where you command Vikings on procedurally generated islands.
Real-time strategy game.
It's adorable.
And it's bloody. Bloody as hell. You're painting your island red.
I mean, that's the only color you have to paint your island, right?
Exactly.
So I wonder how the upgrade system in this game is going to work. Like what kind of upgrades you're going to be purchasing.
The islands are very small. Like, what are you defending that's on this island?
Your house.
There's a prince and the princess, if I'm correct.
Okay.
In a house, and you're defending them.
So it's basically a tower defense game.
Let's give it a pause right here at 28 seconds, where you can see kind of the houses in the background.
Sure.
Yeah. Because recently, when it comes to little roguelike tactics games, Into the Breach came out, and that game had you defending buildings. I just looking at it, I kind of assume that we're going to be doing something similar, where we're trying to keep them away from the buildings. But I think that a pseudo tower defense is actually a pretty good analogy.
From what Adfo just said, it sounds like you're protecting the prince or whatever, who's probably in the most, the main building in the center of the island. So I'd consider that to be like the quote-unquote tower, and you're moving your forces around the island, trying to kill the invaders and stuff like that. And the art style is really charming. I really like it. Looks.
So when you look at their homepage, there are a couple of buildings there could be a couple of buildings on the island, and on one of the pictures, one of the houses is burning already. So I have no idea if it's like the prince is in one building, or
maybe you can move the prince around. Maybe that's part of the strategy.
That would make some logical sense and add some depth. That would actually be really cool.
Yeah, it would. You want to keep going?
Sure.
Yep.
We see different flags for the people that they're holding. Maybe they're different unit types or something to differentiate between what type of units they are.
Yeah, you can see that
they have
at
different...
32 seconds.
Yeah.
I'm trying to figure out what the prince looks like specifically.
I don't know.
It may be a character that you just never see.
Perhaps.
It may just be a... Look at that blood.
I really wonder if these the enemies come in waves, and how many waves are they?
My guess would be waves, yeah, and it's progressive difficulty. I mean, it's a roguelike.
I wonder if it's... Yeah, they describe it as a roguelike. I wonder if it's just survival of the fittest, or if it's until you get over... or if it's until you get overwhelmed, or if it's like set number of waves per island with scaling difficulty.
I would definitely guess that there are different islands, and it progresses with difficulty, and as you move through the game, you get access to more units, and maybe even a bigger island, or
on the Steam
more
page,
shore to defend type of thing.
On the Steam page, it does say that the islands are procedurally generated, so I guess they'll just slowly give you more and more complicated layouts, which would make sense.
Either that, or just more enemies.
Well, it says, plan your strategies around every nook and cranny. The islands are stylistically charming and unique in its layout. So as you progress more and more, there'll be more shoreline probably and more chances for enemies to land in areas that you weren't expecting, because it is real time, so you have to move your troops around. and you know, and it's a roguelike. So if you lose the island, you lose, and you have to start over completely from the beginning. But yeah, as far as how long you play on one island, that's a good question. We don't know.
And I just think it's worth mentioning that this game is coming to a lot of different platforms. It's coming to PC, it's coming to Switch, and it's coming to phones. I think that this game would be fantastic on a tablet.
Xbox One, PS4 as well.
Wow, that's like a Viking assault on the platforms there. Yeah, they're going all out.
But yeah, no,
very cool.
I would love to pick this up on a phone and just play this on a bus. Like, this looks like a fantastic little light strategy game to.
I feel it's interesting that pretty much every game that Raw Fury publishes has the most off-the-wall art style. I wonder if that's something that they look for specifically, or it's just a coincidence.
When I was at PAX, I got to meet one of their representatives, and I mentioned to him, specifically in the context of the game, I think it's last night, that they have one hell of an aesthetic. And I asked him if that was something that they went for specifically. And he chuckled and said, no, that's just coincidence. Maybe they just have good taste.
Yeah. That's fun. It's funny. This one's right in line with all the other ones. It's very charming in its way that it presents destruction, essentially.
It's really interesting when you look at a lot of the smaller publishers out there. Like, you know, you have Devolver, you've got Raw Fury, and they all definitely have their own specific aesthetic that they target. And I guess that's just, you can see the taste of the people who are running the small publisher in the art style of the game that they publish. Definitely. Yeah, no, I'm very curious to see more Bad North. I know there's footage out there if you guys want to go look it up. There's a few channels with about 20 minutes of gameplay if you want to see more, but that was the Bad North trailer.
Again, this is Bad North. It's developed by Plausible Concept and published by Raw Fury, and this is coming summer 2018. Check it out on Steam.
Very excited.
Bye.